40. Unleashing the Dragon. My life resembled a canvas of chaos, with colours bleeding into one another in a maddening dance. Yet, amidst the turmoil, a singular brushstroke of clarity emerged, defining the contours of my future. As I stood at the edge of this canvas, I felt the urge to pick up a new brush, to paint a new picture, one that reflected the transformation taking place within me. The colours of my soul were beginning to blend in harmony, creating a masterpiece of self-discovery and empowerment. This newfound sense of determination and purpose culminated in a pivotal moment. On 31 December 2017, as the old year gave way to the new, I penned a bold email to Henny, reclaiming my power and demanding a seat at the table. The dawn of 2018 marked a turning point in my journey, as I insisted on financial transparency and an equal share of our financial burdens. With unwavering conviction, I declared my non-negotiables, refusing to compromise on my values and aspirations. I spoke my truth, unapologetically expressing my feelings about our toxic marriage and the suffocating grip of his expectations. Little did I know, my words had ignited a firestorm. The next day, on 1 January 2018, Henny summoned me to his office, seething with anger. The accusations I'd made about his past in Namibia had struck a nerve. As a young lawyer, he had been disbarred from practicing in his home country, a scandal that had driven him to leave Namibia and start anew in South Africa. As we met, a voice within me whispered, "Record this conversation." Knowing that the turmoil and dread that accompanied our interactions often left me disoriented and struggling to think clearly. Henny's words dropped like a bombshell, leaving me reeling. He confessed to exploiting a young girl's vulnerability, manipulating her into an unlawful business association and using threats to maintain control. What struck me was his seeming obliviousness to the gravity of his actions. It was as if he believed he was providing a rational explanation rather than revealing his true character. Divinity, it seemed, had conspired to remove his mask, allowing me to see him for who he truly was. As I listened to his confession, a surge of clarity and strength swept over me. I realized I'd been trapped in a web of deceit and manipulation, just like the young girl he had exploited. The pattern was clear. He had used the same tactics on me that he had used on her. 23 years of suffering crystallized into a moment of truth. I was no longer held captive by his manipulation. I was free. Empowered by this newfound understanding, I was ready to reclaim my life and my truth. In that instant, the fog lifted, and I saw the truth with crystal clarity. The chains that had held me captive for so long, the shackles of self-doubt, fear, and silence, snapped free, releasing me from the grip of oppression. Henny expected me to react impulsively, but instead I chose to respond with calm determination. "Thank you for this information," I said, my voice steady and firm. "Please send me an email detailing your decisions regarding the demands I've made. I'll review it and take the necessary steps." As I walked away, I felt a sense of freedom and empowerment that I had never known before. I had unleashed the dragon. I had poked the bear. I had stepped on the lion's tail. Henny tried every trick in the book to get me to back down. Threats, pleas, victimhood, manipulation, capitulating to some of my demands, holding on to others. I was drained, exhausted to the core. Despite my pleas to spare her, Henny dragged Esther Marie into the chaos, subjecting her to the same manipulative tactics he'd used on me. I was beyond exhausted, consumed by anxiety, fear, and a desperate longing to break free. The emotional toll was suffocating. On 5 February 2018, in a rare exception, I wrote in my journal, not a channeled message, but one where for the first time I dared to write my truth. Even spiritually, I knew I had to step up and speak up and be strong enough to ask for what I wanted. I was at my wits' end. The whole house of cards was busy crashing in on me, and I knew this time I wouldn't back down. This was it, my rebirth or my death. I wrote in my journal, Dear God, I've had enough. I'm done with the old life, the old systems, the old abuses, manipulations, threats, judgments, and punishments. I'm done. Look at me. See me today. Look at the journey. I've come to this point, this moment in time. I've learned my lessons. I've been a good student. Please promote me now. I'm done with the lies, the deceit, the emptiness of vain promises. Remove Henny from my life once and for all. My marriage is dead. It has died a long time ago. I call on every promise I have received, every single word that was spoken over my life. I claim my rewards, my recognition, my endowment from divinity. Give it to me. I have earned it. I have paid the price. I deserve goodness, happiness, laughter, joy, and jubilance. Unhook me, detach me, unwind me. I don't want to carry Henny's dead weight around my ankles anymore. This is on him, not on me. When you look at me, see me. See me for who I am and give me what I deserve. I am not scared of him. I do not fear him. I have overcome my fear of his threats, his manipulations. I see now that he can do me no harm. You are for me. You have always been for me. Really, God, enough is enough. You have the power to end this. So please, end it. Full stop.